What's going on, guys? My name is Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated, the show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you love watches like I do, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and then click on the little bell next to that subscribe button and you'll be all set. Today, I'm going to be discussing an email I received from a fellow named Eric. Here we go. So, I received an email from a guy named Eric, and he was telling me that he's been trying to work a relationship with his Rolex authorized dealer's salesman. Eric told me that he bought a Panerai from that AD a couple of years ago, and he's bought some other jewelry from there as well. Now Eric wants to buy a Rolex stainless steel professional model. So he didn't tell me exactly which one. I'm not sure if it's talking a Daytona or a Submariner date, a GMT, etc. But Eric mentioned in the email that this watch is going to be a watch he wants to pass down to his daughter when he passes away. That way she can either just have it as a valued possession of his or she can turn it in for some cash. It's up to her. Another thing Eric's been thinking about is getting the back of this Rolex stainless steel professional model engraved. I'm not sure exactly what he wants to get engraved on the back, and it's really none of my business, but he also told me that he's barely thinking about it. He doesn't really want to do it that much. He just kind of thought about it. He's just throwing up in the air, you know? And he kind of mentioned that to the salesman at the Rolex authorized dealer, and the salesman kind of looked at him and said, well, you know, we engrave every stainless steel professional model for our customers. That way they can't turn around and just flip them. And Eric told me he just kind of chuckled, and he didn't really know if the salesman was being 100% serious. But for the sake of this video, let's say the salesman was being 100% serious. Then what's Eric to do? Well, I can really only see two options. Option one is to take your money and go somewhere else. It's your watch. Why should they engrave it? You didn't ask them to. You don't want it engraved. You're not going to sell it anyway, so they don't trust you now. You already bought a Panerai from there, okay? You already bought jewelry from them. They're not going to engrave that watch. You can't let them do that. So you just take your business and you go somewhere else. That's option number one. But before I go on, I got to say that is also very strong watch morals, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Now, option number two is you just take it, right? Let's say he's looking at getting a Batman like I've been trying to get, okay? I just tried to bribe an authorized dealer $1,000 extra just to get that watch, and I was denied. So if that authorized dealer would say, hey, we'll sell you a Batman, but we're gonna engrave the back, let's go. Let's do it. Another thing to think about too is once you got the watch, you could easily contact Rolex and get a new case back. Easily. You might spend a couple $100 extra, but that's cheaper than the thousands of dollars plus you're going to pay to get one of these professional models on the gray market right now. You could also possibly find one on eBay. I don't think the inside of the case back has any serial numbers or reference numbers. I don't think, but let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, what's an extra couple $100 to get a watch that's selling for almost double what their MSRP is, especially something like the Rolex Daytona. But you know, going back to option one, like I was talking about being a high watch moral person, I know a guy who's a high watch moral person, and he had an opportunity to buy a Batman from an authorized dealer, but because they were going to remove the stickers off of that watch, he turned that deal down and walked away. However, that was before the Batman was discontinued, the original Batman anyways. It was before it was discontinued, and that was before the shortage was as short as it is now. You used to be able to go into a Rolex authorized dealer and pretty much buy whatever you want except the Daytona. The stainless steel Daytona has always been hard to get, at least for 20 plus years. So if you're a high moral watch guy, or maybe you're just a very, very wealthy individual and you don't want anybody messing with your watch and you'd rather just take your business somewhere else and start buying other watches at another AD and get them to sell it to you, go for it. But I think option two is the smarter of the options. Just get the watch. If it's engraved, whatever, you send it to Rolex, have them put a new case back on it, and boom, you got yourself the watch you wanted for just a couple $100 more. And those are my thoughts on Eric's email. Thank you for the email, Eric. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to email me, it's pretty easy to do. Just go to my channel, then click on the About, and then you can see that for business inquiries. Boom, click there. There's the email. Just shoot me an email. Ask me whatever you want. And that wraps up another episode of It's Complicated. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, like this video, share it with all your friends, and I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.